Good morning. It is Monday, December 7th. I'm Carrie, otherwise known as Colorado Knits. You can find me at coloradoknits.net. You can find me on Instagram as Colorado Knits and Ravelry if it is safe for you to use. I am Colorado Knits there. I don't do as much as I used to, but I have a lot of old projects on Ravelry. I'm sad about Ravelry and we won't go into that. Today, I'm gonna talk to you a little about fails. I did not record yesterday. That's sort of a fail, but also my husband thinks this whole thing is weird. Like, why am I even doing this? I'm doing it for a few reasons. I do have to go on camera for work. Actually, I have to go on camera tomorrow for work. So this is nice practice for me. As I mentioned, I'm a video production major. I am so much happier on the backside of that camera. But also, I've been at home through this COVID thing and watching a lot of video podcasts, and I have no one to share my knitting with, so I'm sharing it with you all. You all may be two people, but I'm sharing it with you. But let's talk a little bit about fails because life is not perfect. First fail yesterday, one of the reasons I did not vlog was because I was super busy because I did my nails. I fell down that Instagram order, like Instagram product thing. If you want to sell me anything, make an Instagram ad and I will probably buy it. But I like to paint my nails. I am not a nail person. I don't have any tools or those sorts of things. I never went to the nail salon before COVID, like twice a year maybe. Got some pedicures. I'm a runner, so I have gross feet. Like I don't even like to bother the women at the salon with my feet. But I have been painting my nails during COVID because I have nothing else to do. And it looks good during some of my knitting photos. So I fell down the Instagram hole and I went into a gel nail product, a do-at-home dip product called Revel Nails. And I did them yesterday and my non-dominant hand looks really actually okay. Looks pretty good. I'm a little heavy with the product, which I hear everybody is. And it's a little bit more like acrylic than I thought in that it's thicker. And one of my pet peeves is that you can't scratch well when you have acrylic nails, but when you have gel or shellac, you can. And that's a problem with these nails. My non-dominant hand is an utter epic fail and you cannot tell in the video very well, but my thumb is super lumpy, bumpy, and annoying. And so these will be coming off later this week and I'll try it again. In my old age, I don't often try things that I'm not good at. So like I have an electric eel nano and I'm going to try spinning. No, I'm not going to try spinning because it's hard. It's not hard, but there's a learning curve and I don't like learning curves. I like to stick with things I know and I do. So, this was new for me and I did it and I like it and there's a million colors and I'm really kind of excited to play with them. And I'm okay with having to practice at it a little. I think you just have to choose like one thing where you want your growing edge at a time. But then I'm going to talk about two other fails. They weren't yesterday, but they are fails that I have had. My favorite pattern in the world that I use all the time, I have a couple of favorite patterns for socks when I have leftovers. I'm one of those people, if I have 30 grams left over in a skein, it drives me bonkers. I have to do something with it. So I often make Under the Boardwalk footies, which is a pattern, I don't know if it's free or not, on Ravelry. And I also make Turkish bed socks by Church Mouse. That's a paid pattern and I've modified it and I love it. And then I saw that the socks therapist who does the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, she's coming out with a shorty sock pattern, which I imagine isn't rocket science if you know the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, but she has a super cool cuff on it that looks pretty neat. So I like to make a full length pair of socks and at least one pair of shorties out of my sock yarn. And since I'm using Artistic Yarn by Abby's Sock Club every month, I get 100 grams plus a 20 gram mini, which means I can get a full length pair of socks if I do contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs, as well as a pair of shorties and even a pair of Turkish bed socks. It's kind of silly. So I decided I was going to try and make skimmer socks. And so I downloaded the pattern and I'll link it. It's going to be a Ravelry link, but I don't know if it's free or paid. I'm not well prepared. And I made these super cute skimmer socks. They just cover your toes and cover your heel. I don't know when I would wear them because I'm not going to wear them with flats because my flats fit fairly close, but they were cute and they used up a little less yarn than my usual Under the Boardwalk footies. But I followed the pattern. I pretty much got gauge, you know where this is going, but they were just huge on me. And also this yarn, this was the September Club by Artistic Yarn by Abby, and I absolutely love it, but I really think it needs to be knit with a 0. I knit it with a 1, which is what the pattern called for, and I did knit with magic loop, so I knit tighter, but it was just too big. And then I went down in size. I followed the pattern to a T. It's just too big. Some people thought they fit great, like when they looked at it on my foot, but I like things tight. I like a lot of negative ease in my sock. And also I just didn't make it short enough. So it's a toe up pattern, and I didn't quite hit it where I should. Or maybe it's a foot, I don't remember. But so I tried it again with my Artistic Yarn by Abby Rainbow Trout. And this time you'll see I was a little smarter in that I didn't cut my yarn. And I made it on a 0, but then you're supposed to go down for the cuff to 1 size smaller than what you're using. So on these, it was a 1 and a 0. That's easy. These would have been a 1, a 0, and a double 0. And I don't have a double 0. I think I have some DPN double 0s somewhere, but I'm like, all right, it's twisted rib. I think she has you just do ribbing. Anyway, I did twisted rib, so it'd be tighter and it'll be okay. And they fit, and they're pretty much short enough. But again, I don't know the purpose that for me of this sock. Like, I do not think I'm going to wear it because, again, I will wear something that covers my whole foot to here. Or I like the Turkish bed socks go to about here. The under the boardwalk footies go to here and just have an ankle opening. So I tried. I can't really call them fails, but I can call them frogs. I won't be making the second one in either of these. However, I will make Turkish bed socks out of both of them, and I will use, frog and reclaim the yarn because I just can't waste yarn. So those were my 2 fails recently. But on a positive note, I am doing an amazing test knit for Lisa Ross, who is Paper Daisy Creations. I don't know if it's secret or not, so I'm not sharing it. But that should be done and published. I think it's going to be published at the end of December. So I'm excited about that. I had a panic on Saturday. I totally forgot I had to do it. I got to a point in the pattern where I wanted to concentrate a little bit more. It's lace. It's not hard lace, but it's a lot of repeats of lace. So I wanted to get into a rhythm on that. And so I put it down about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. And I totally forgot to pick it up. I got started with Advent and totally lost it. So worked on that yesterday. I'm going to work on it. I do not work today, so I'm going to work on that this afternoon. But, you know, like 2 truths and a lie. I had 2 fails and a success, technically 3 fails. But here is my hibernation throw, which is my DIY Advent throw that I am just loving. I'm having so much fun. As I mentioned, I have no skills in color theory, so I went ahead and just separated lights from darks and put them in piles and just shoved them in my Advent box. I think I did look a little because it went through some blues, and now there's some pinks, and I'm looking at the one today across the room, and it's got this pink as a speckle in it. This yarn may be my new favorite yarn. It is Machete Shop Silk Sari, and it is just my wheelhouse. It has got lily pulettes are pink and lily pulettes are green, and it's even got brown in it, and it's supposed to be reminiscent of a sari, of course, and the colors are just so perfect for a beautiful piece of the silk. So I'm excited about that. This is coming along. You know, it takes a half hour a day, a little more maybe, and the rows are getting longer, so it's getting to be narrower sections, which is kind of cool. It's going to highlight more colors. And I already said, because I still have more row 1 minis coming, and I have a package coming today, I still have a whole box full that I'm probably going to make another one and maybe give it as a gift, because maybe the colors won't be as much of my wheelhouse. I did choose the colors I like. I just didn't really choose an order. So that's what I have going on. Today I mentioned I'm off work, which is awesome. I'm off on Mondays for Mental Health Day, although I usually work some of the day. Being at home, it's super easy. But tomorrow is Colorado Gives Day, and it is the biggest philanthropic day of the year in Colorado. I'm really fortunate. I used to be on the advisory board for this day, and they raised $35 million for local charities. I appreciate if you give any day, but a lot of people choose to give on this day, and their donation is augmented by over $1 million incentive fund presented by some local businesses. And it's just, it's really neat to see people support an organization they really believe in. If you're feeling generous, my website for my organization is www.stoutstreet.org. We help those who are really in a bad spot in addiction and substance use disorder, and we give them a safe place to recover. If you feel generous, feel like giving, you can go there and click on donate, and you can donate at any time, but tomorrow your donation will be augmented. Otherwise, give to something. This is a season of giving. If you can, give to something that means something to you personally. I know a lot of us are not in a position to give. If you can volunteer your hours, if you can do anything virtually, obviously we feel compelled to do it during November, December. Think about doing it year round. January and February are really hard for nonprofits. Everybody gives at the end of the year and then no one wants to give in January or February. So think about how you can give back, whether it's doing a food drive in your neighborhood for your neighbors, whether it's volunteering at your food bank, the homeless shelter. A lot of places are still accepting volunteers. You just have to be COVID free, wear a mask, those sorts of things. But please get involved. That's my pitch for today. Today was supposed to be quick and easy and it ran really long. So thank you for being here with me, and have a great day. December 7th, the day that will live in infamy. But if you are on Medicare, according to all the ads that will hopefully end tonight at midnight, today's the last day to enroll or change your plan. So make sure you do that too. Take care.